Sales and discounts feel great when you're buying clothes or household items. But when the same discount logic shows up in medical specialization seats, it should make us pause. Because here's what happened. As per a recent notice by NBEMS, the exam conducting body for NEET PG, the counseling eligibility cutoffs for NEET PG 2025 round 3 have been revised downward. The headline everyone is stuck on is 0 percentile and the minus 40 marks in the table. But what we are refusing to see is that the cutoffs have been brought down drastically across all categories, not just one. Let me break down why this move is creating a genuine fear and why it's not just a counseling tweak. First, the trust and transparency problem. When eligibility is dropped this sharply, students will ask one basic question: who benefits? If a big share of vacant seats are in expensive private medical colleges, then lowering eligibility does not solve the real issue, which is affordability. It simply widens the pool so that the seats can get filled often by those who can pay. That's why students worry about how fair and transparent the process will feel, even if seat allotment is technically by rank. Second, the infrastructure. PG seats are not just classroom seats. PG is hospital training, patients, supervision, departments, faculty, and massive workload. If seats are lying vacant, the system has to answer why. Could it be fees, uneven training quality, counseling issues, branch preferences, etc.? Lowering eligibility is not the same as strengthening training. It may fill seats, but it does not automatically improve the quality of specialist education. Third, the public health and the rural care question. India's biggest medical crisis is not only in big cities, it is in the periphery as well. District hospitals, rural areas, and smaller towns where doctors don't want to stay long term. Now think about the incentives. If someone is spending huge money to get a PG seat, will they choose to serve in remote areas after that? Or will they naturally chase high-return urban private practice to recover the cost? So the real question is, does lowering eligibility actually make healthcare more robust at the ground level? Or does it just fill seats without fixing where doctors are needed the most? That's a question the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare must answer. And finally, the social cost. Even though cutoffs have dropped across categories, 0 percentile will be weaponized socially, especially against the SC/ST doctors. Policy should not hand out new material for old stigma. If the ministry is making a major change, it needs to explain the logic and clearly take responsibility for the confusion and the impact. And after all this, the system says, rank won't change. Great. One line of clarity. But eligibility drops drastically on paper and students are expected to stay calm. Clarity का तो पता नहीं, ambiguity के लिए पूरे 200%.